This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Skip Money.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast at East Tennessee and Western North Carolina. So today I am very excited to have a very special guest with us in the studio for the first time. And I'm super excited to learn all about them and their practice, and I'm sure you will be as well, because today I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Miss Rochelle Oldfield of Oldfield Law 10. Rochelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. I've heard a lot of great things about your podcast and very much appreciate you including me in it.
Well, thank you for saying that. And like I said, super excited to learn all about you and what you do. So if you don't mind, why don't you kick us off by telling us about your law firm?
Sure. So we are a family law firm, Oldfield Law, Tennessee. We practice exclusively in the family law area, adoptions, termination of parental rights. We handle dependency and neglect or DCS cases, as well as divorces and custody modifications. We have chosen to focus solely on family law because we believe that by focusing, we're able to provide the best expertise and skills by focusing on one specific area of the law. We have two attorneys currently with us, myself and Jason Bedingfield. He was the former magistrate or one of the former magistrates of Blount County Juvenile Court. And I myself am a child welfare law specialist as well as a former DCS attorney. So we have a lot of passion about the topics that we do. So, and we serve all of East Tennessee. We'll drive just about anywhere somebody needs representation. So we've been in Cott County and Sevier County and Campbell and Scott and White. And so we've been all over the place.
Wow, it sounds like it. Well, tell us about your journey. How did you get here?
Well, I am not from Tennessee originally. So I went to undergrad in the University of Denver in Colorado, and then went to law school at the University of South Carolina. And I know that to be a Gamecock is not a popular thing here in East Tennessee, but I have no allegiances to that, so nobody kill me yet. So I started my practice as a prosecutor in South Carolina. I prosecuted child sex abuse cases and domestic violence cases for the prosecution office in Aiken, South Carolina, and I did that for several years. So I am licensed in South Carolina. And then my family, my husband, we moved all the way back to where we're originally from, up in the Northwest, which Washington State. And I worked there doing some child sex abuse cases as well. And we were only there for about a year before my husband got transferred down here to Tennessee. So I decided to take my third bar exam here in Tennessee and went to work for the Department of Children's Services. And I did not like the way that parents were treated and the way some of the cases were just the way they were handled, and decided in 2019 that I wanted to go out on my own and be able to provide people good representation with someone who knows the ins and outs of how the system works and be able to give parents a little bit of insight. So we are mostly a parent or custodian representation. We don't do a lot of guardian ad litem work representing children, but we always look for what's in the best interest of the kids, regardless of who we represent. So I never thought that I'd be doing family law. I'm not one of those people who will say that I grew up always wanting to be a lawyer. But I have a very strong passion for it now, and can't imagine doing anything else.
Very good. Great story too, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
So what are some myths or misconceptions in the family law business?
So I asked everyone in my office this question because I wanted to get a good overview of what they would say. And what we got back was that the most popular misconceptions are that attorneys are dishonest and greedy. And I think that, of course, you can find that in any industry, But I think in general, attorneys are held to very strict standards. We can lose our license if we're dishonest. So we're probably more honest and held to that standard more than most industries. And the idea that we're greedy, I think, I understand where it comes from. I think there's this idea that all attorneys just care about money. And I would be lying if I didn't say I've run across some of those themselves. But at least in our case, we truly do care about the families that we represent. And although, of course, we have to get paid, we can't represent people well if we don't have a building and staff and the things that we need. But our clients to us are more than just their check.
Very good. And that is a real misconception. I guess, some of these attorneys where you see the billboards, they're ambulance chasers.
Yeah.
I don't give attorneys, but I have several very good friends that are attorneys and they're good people. And like you, it sounds like. So.
Well, we try to be. Absolutely. I mean, nobody is perfect. I will admit to that. I think anybody who doesn't and tries to say they're perfect is wrong. But that's one of the reasons that I went out on my own, was I really wanted a business that did its best to put the client first. Very good.
Now, it sounds like you work a lot. When you're not in the office, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, when I'm not in the office, I'm usually at an ice rink. But I have two boys, and both of my boys have played youth hockey since they were about 3 or 4 years old. And they played competitive travel hockey all the way up. My oldest all the way until he graduated high school. My youngest is still playing. So we spend most of our evenings and weekends at practices and games. So we're usually bundled up year round in an ice rink.
Oh, wow. And I guess that started out west. I guess.
Well, my husband's Canadian, so he was born in Calgary. So my kids had no choice. But yes, my oldest, he put on his skates for the first time when we were in Washington State. But other than that, both of my kids are Southerners. They've lived in the South their entire life and played hockey. We play at Cool Sports on Watt Road down Kingston Pike, and it's a great program, and we've been a part of it for over a decade. So
wow, generational.
Yes.
So let's switch gears for just a second. Can you think of a hardship, whether personal or professional, that you've overcome and you were stronger when you came out the other side?
So I thought about this quite a bit when I seen this, and I always question how to answer these, but I really feel that the honest answer is, when I was 16, I was kicked out of my house, and I didn't have anywhere to go, and I got kicked out of my grandmother's house and barely graduated high school. And so that whole period of my life was an extreme challenge. I was living on my own and going to high school and trying to work. And although, I have a relationship with my family now. It's not like it's, gone, and that didn't destroy it, but it did take a while to repair that. And I think it really taught me that I can depend on myself and that I'm resilient, and really did kind of help me figure out what's best for me. And so I don't know that I would have it any other way at this point, but by far I would say that was probably one of the biggest challenges that I've experienced. But I do think I'm much stronger for it, being able to have overcome that and succeeded to the level I have.
And look at you now. I mean, you're an attorney. Good Lord.
Yeah.
You've come a long way.
You can do anything if you really put your mind to it. So
absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Well, if you could, Rochelle, if you could think of one thing that you would like our listeners and viewers to remember about you and about Oldfield Law Firm, what would that be?
I think it kind of goes back to what I said earlier, is that we really do care. We're not perfect, but if I could have people understand one thing about us, about me, and about this business, is that we truly are here because we care about the families in East Tennessee. And we will do our absolute best to make sure that you come out of this as stronger than you came into, whatever the dispute or conflict is that you're involved in. We really like to dig into our cases. So I think that is what I hope that people are able to understand, is that there really should be more to your lawyer than just, do they have a law degree and, have they practiced before? There should be some level of compassion and care that they have for you and your family. And we have that here. We strive really hard for that.
Awesome. Good thing to remember. And let's say, some of our viewers, listeners are in need of a family. They have an issue and they need help with that, a legal issue. How can they learn more?
Well, they can go to our website. It's www.oldfieldlaw.net. All of our information is there. They can also call the office. Our number is 865-470-4105. We're also on Facebook, Oldfield Law Tennessee, and Instagram as well. So they can send us messages there if they would like. And we would love to hear from them and chat to them and see if there's a way that we can help them with whatever the issue is that they're facing.
All right. Very good. Well, Rochelle, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking time out of your very busy schedule to spend some time and hang out with us and tell us all about you and your law firm and all the great things you're doing for the community. And going forward, wish you, your family, your practice all the best.
All right. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And maybe we can have you back sometime.
Sounds great.
All right. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of the day.
You too.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnptri-cities.com. That's gnptri-cities.com or call 423-719-5873.